How you doing? This is John Minihard. Um, I'm basically really kind of reluctant putting my opinion on a video format because I like being undercover. I like, but there's so many opinions about a lot of different things. And if I can't physically talk to them, I feel it's pointless of just leaving a comment that they will never see. And again, this is just my opinion. I am a Christian. I've been a Christian for over 36 years. I am a conservative, and stuff like that. And dealing with President Trump is we've been dealing with presidents throughout history that just wanted to kick the can down the road on both sides, and that's why people are, they don't know what to do with President Trump. I voted for him 3 times, and I'm still mega, I think he's doing a great job. You know, I love our country. I love our military. I love our law enforcement. I love ICE, and that's just my opinion. And I think we can coexist. If we have different opinions, respectfully disagree. And I think dealing with and all this Iran thing in Venezuela, it's a conflict. It's not a war. And I am no expert. People think, oh, it's a war. It's not a war. And look, I'm not here for clicks. I'm not here for views. I'm not here to make money. But, you know, my opinion, there's going to be people on both sides that's not going to like Trump for whatever reason. He can find a cure for cancer, and they're going to find a protest. And this is just my personal take on it. Why he's working so hard to save America and this world from all the evil. I just can't. It just dumbfounds me. People like, I don't like his words. Well, what did Otto Pettit do? He did absolutely nothing, right? And they like him and Barack Hussein Obama. He did absolutely nothing in his 8 years. No wonder why they like him. Trump is just calling out everybody, especially NATO, on their stuff. And it just dumbfounds me that what are we supposed to do? Iran was really close to getting nuclear weapons. Really close. I would think the liberals would rather see this earth blown up than President Trump succeed in anything. And with all the other presidents, oh, we're gonna bomb them at 3 o'clock, and then when President Trump goes, I'm not gonna tell you. Just like in a football game, you're not gonna tell the people what you're gonna run or throw a pass or or in boxing, what punch you're gonna throw, or I'm gonna feint here, or whatever, you know? You wanna keep them all balanced. And that's all what he's doing. Making them think, is he really gonna do it or not? You know? And if it's so easy, then why haven't all the other presidents done anything? And that's all I'm saying, you know? And I think, again, it's, if you take a look at Venezuela, you know, people were crying their eyes out who have been oppressed for so long. It just frustrates the tar out of me. The same thing with Iran. And I'm like, why are they not rising up in Iran? Well, when you dealt with living a certain lifestyle for so long, you just can't break it. You know, just overnight. And this is also has to do with China. We're doing all this to cut off China and Russia, you know? And China's starting to feel it. You know, and Iran is lying about their, weapons capabilities. And weapons that can reach London and Paris, and eventually, here in the U.S. But just please tell me what you're supposed to do, you know? And I'm praying. Look, I don't want war. I don't want, violence. But sometimes, what do you do to a bully? You can't be nice to a bully, right? You pop him in the mouth, right? And they say if he picks on me again, the same result will happen. And that's all I'm trying to say. I think President Trump is doing all this to keep everybody off balance. And because he already knows how Iran is going to react, and this, and I don't know. I mean, it's just, again, it's just my opinion. I don't care about comments. I don't care about views. I don't care about making money off of this. But as CM Punk said, be careful what you wish for. You want a pipe bomb? Well, here it is. God bless America. God bless our troops, our law enforcement, ICE. People on both sides of the government for peace, like the Bible says. We need to pray for both sides. When we agree, when we disagree. And we're going to talk about, politics. We're talking about sports. We're going to talk about, music. Anything, really. It's just not going to be one thing. And I hope you enjoy this. And stuff. And I'm not going to like, share, or anything. But if you like it, but be respectful in the comments, please. No swearing, no bullying, and share your opinion. And so. All right, well, this is John, and that's all I got to say. All right, well, have a nice day.